right, everybody, welcome to One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and thank you for joining me tonight. I know you didn't have anything else to do unless you were like me and you were out there trying to shovel snow and ice just to be able to get out of the driveway. Well, I'm tired, and if you did that, I know you're probably tired too because that ice underneath was just ridiculous. Some people say that the snow's pretty. Yes, it's pretty until you have to go and shovel it. That's my quote, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not deviating from that. All right. Hey, we're gonna have a great program tonight. We've got Kristen Robertson of the Fatima Comments on with us tonight, and she's in her senior year at Fatima, and we had her in Sports Locker magazine. Let me go ahead and pull up that article real quick. And as you can see, pretty awesome photos. A great article. You talk about somebody that has focus and has been trained that way, and she is giving her best all the time. So that's what I really appreciate about Kristen, and you're going to get to know a little bit more about her tonight as we are doing this interview with her. That's why we call it One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra, so we can find out a little bit more. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Kristen onto the program. Hey, Kristen, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Now you said your brother was out shoveling, so he knows my pain, right?
Yes, he does.
Okay, good. Did you like take him out anything to make him feel better, like you were supporting him or any, or did you just leave him to it?
I told him to get inside because it was too cold, but
Okay,
he was not
okay,
listening to me.
okay. Very good. Well, hey, thanks for coming on and joining us tonight. And I know you've had a little bit of an extended Christmas break, and you're excited to get back to school, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sure.
You're saying all the right things. All right. Um, well, hey, we had you in Sports Soccer magazine, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what that meant to you as far as being in that, and what kind of comments were you getting from people?
Yeah, it was a really fun experience. I just love how sports soccer puts athletes like me out there in those magazines and gives us a chance to say our story. And it was a really great opportunity. I had many people at my school and community come up to me and talk to me about it, and it was just really cool.
Well, very good. Do you you know, when we did the photo shoot that day, I mean, we went to a couple different locations. We did basketball, and then we went over to the softball field. What do you remember about the photo shoot?
The photo shoot was really fun. I got to do it with one of my teammates, Kinsey Woody, which made it a lot easier because I'm not great at taking photos. And the photographers were great, and they were so nice, and it was just really fun, especially since one of my teammates was there with me.
Yeah, you did good. And I mean, I do remember now that you told me before the program that it was windy out there that day. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the hair and the curls wasn't completely cooperating, but
yeah,
they made it look good in the pictures.
you did just fine. And for me, I don't have that problem. It's just the
Yeah.
wind doesn't do anything. I'm aerodynamic. All right. Why don't you tell us what your experience has been like at Fatima, and what do you appreciate about the administration, your teachers, and the fan support?
My experiences at Fatima has been great. Freshman year, I was terrified to come to Fatima just like every other freshman, but especially because I had so many cousins and people that were like, they had done so well there, especially in sports and stuff. So I was kind of nervous, but the my classmates and my friends, they helped me out so much my freshman year, and it really started to feel like home. And all of the administrators and teachers there are so amazing, and they're always willing to help you anytime you need. And the fan support at Fatima is something truly special. Everyone is so close, and they all come to all your games. And even if they weren't there, don't worry, you'll be getting a text asking you how the games went. So, yeah, it's just a great place to be, really.
That's very good. Very good. It makes it a lot more fun, doesn't it?
It does, especially when all your family's there.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get about family here, like right now. So you've grown up around sports, pretty much your whole life. Um, Tell us about your parents, their background in sports, and how they've passed that love of sport on to you.
Yeah, so my mom played softball in high school, and then she went on to Lincoln University and played softball there for 4 years. She played shortstop, so we kind of share the infield kind of bond there. And then my dad played basketball at Fatima, and then he went to Evansville, Indiana, and he played there for 2 years. And then he went to Central Methodist and played there for 2 years. And growing up in sports has been a great experience, but a rough one. My parents have always taught me to work hard in sports, but at a young age, that came with some fights outside around the basketball hoop and in the cage. Let's just say that.
But you got it all worked out. They still love you. You're
Oh,
still
yeah.
playing and all of
Yeah, we
that.
made
So
it through.
yeah.
We made it through.
Do you feel like that helped you to elevate your competitive nature a little bit?
Yes, for sure. I live in a very competitive family all the way around. And it has definitely taught me to like strive to do your best, I guess you could say,
Hmm.
because whether it's I'm trying to one up my sister or I'm actually on the court playing against another team, there's always that competitiveness that comes
Okay.
from me. Yeah.
Yeah, and your parents, did they ever take it easy on you? I mean, or they just like, you got to learn to win, you got to learn to lose, all that?
I would say in the beginning they took it a little bit easier on me. They wanted me to like sports and all that, and then as I got older, they were like, "You're gonna have to put in the work if you really want to be great." So, and they always helped me put in that work, of course. But I would
Yeah,
say they were supportive, but they weren't hard on me. They're happy medium, for
yeah,
sure.
very good. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about your mom. What do you appreciate most about her, and how is the title of the article, and I want to bring that up real quick. It says, "All your focus, all your power." What does that mean to you, and how did your mom help drive that home?
So my mom is one of my biggest role models for sure, especially in the softball world, because she played my positions and she knows what it's like. And she's one of the most hardworking people I've ever met. And something she always used to tell me while I was playing, especially while I was hitting, she would always tell me to play with all my focus and all my power, like focus on the ball and then just swing hard, basically. And my mom is so amazing. She has probably never missed a game. And if she has, something was definitely wrong because she tries to make it anytime she can. And yeah.
Very good. Well, we'll uh, but let's just go ahead and ask it now. So, who's the one that you hear in the stands in your family? Which one do you hear the most clearly and the loudest?
To be honest, it's not my mom or my dad. It's definitely my grandma Kathy.
Okay.
My mom and my dad, they stay pretty quiet.
Uh
My
huh.
mom can get a little loud sometimes, but that's
Yeah.
only if she's real riled up. Otherwise, they stay pretty calm. Now, my
But
grandma,
Grandma
you can
Kathy.
hear her.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Way to go, Grandma Kathy. There you go. All right. Before we go any further, I want to just encourage everybody that's watching. You can feel free to make comments in our comment section, as well as if you have questions that you might want to ask. Feel free to do that. We'll try to include those in here if we can. We're talking to Kristen Robertson of the Fatima Comets, and she's in her senior year. She's got a lot going on, but I know she's taken every advantage of this senior season and doing her best and enjoying every opportunity, especially Christmas break.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Why don't you go ahead and talk about your dad and what kind of impact he's had on you?
Yes, so my dad has taught me absolutely everything I know about basketball. He has coached me when I was young, and I even now get to do the book for him at games, which kind of shows how bonded we are through this sport. He is such an amazing dad, and he treats me so well, and he is definitely the person who drove home basketball for me. I was all in on softball, especially when I was younger, but playing for him and playing with my sister has helped our family kind of share the love for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Good. We talked about a little bit about this before the program. What's it like having dad as coach at the school?
it's definitely a privilege, I would say. It has all the time I have people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're Ryan's daughter. You're Ryan's daughter." And to be completely honest, 50% of the time I don't know who these people are, but they know me just because of how great of a coach my dad is. And I honestly couldn't imagine him not being a coach there, just because like I see him all the time and we always go to the gym together, and it's a really great experience. He is an amazing coach, and he treats his teammates as if they were his own kids. Like
Yeah.
he would do anything for them. So yeah.
Oh, good. Now, your mom, she teaches as well, correct?
Yes. No. Well, no, she doesn't teach, but she teaches me in
Okay.
softball.
Ah, gotcha. All right. So that's she's putting in the time and making sure that you're ready to go. So that's good. On top of, she probably, like you said, being at your games, she probably took you all around for a period of time to
Oh
get you where
yes.
you needed to be, right?
Yeah, not only me, but me, my two brothers and my sister. She
Yeah.
drives us all around.
All right. Well, you talked about, you said siblings. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about them and how they've been an inspiration and motivation to you?
Yeah, my siblings have definitely always been there for me in sports. One in particular is my sister Allie. We have played together our whole lives in every sport, which can be ugly at points. I won't lie. We'd like to fight, but in the end, we normally get along. And we got to play at Fatima for on the basketball team for 3 years together, and it was really something special just because she was always there. And every morning when I didn't want to go in early to shoot, she'd be like, Kristen, come on, like we're going. And she's definitely made me the player I am today, and it's so encouraging. And then my little brother Brooks, I do feel bad for him at times because he has attended more basketball games and more softball games of me and Allie's than anyone in this world.
Right.
And he is a sports guy. He used to not be, but he's definitely growing on it. So yeah, I definitely couldn't have done the things I've done without my siblings for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's an important part of your life, and sometimes you may not appreciate it as much right now, but you will as you continue to get older. So just remember that, okay?
I will.
Before we go to break, talk about your academics, clubs, and honors. You've received quite a bit so far. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that and what has that meant to you?
Yeah, so at Fatima, I am pretty involved. I'm in Pep Club, Book Club, National Honor Society. I'm the president of Student Council, and I'm the president of SAD, which is a club. It's Students Against Destructive Decisions. And then I'm also the senior class president. And all of these positions I was kind of nervous to apply for last year, but they have been so much fun. I have met so many new people at my school, and even though my school's not big, I've just got like closer with my classmates and everyone there, and it really has just been a great time.
What I want to know is how do you have time for all that stuff? I mean, you just rattled off a big long list.
I make time. Lots of
Okay.
lots of early mornings, let's just say that. Lots of
Yeah.
going in before school and staying in after school, but I wouldn't change it. It's great. It really
Yeah.
is.
Well, what have you enjoyed about your experience with your classmates? I mean, we'll get into teammates in a little bit, but talk about your experience with your classmates.
Yeah, so I'm not only related to a lot of my classmates, but a lot of them are some of my best friends. I was a little worried going into this year because a lot of my friends had been in my sister's grade, but since they have graduated, I've got a lot closer with so many of the girls, and many of them are on my team as well. And so it just creates a great class, and it makes you excited to go to school and go to the next class because the next person you want to see is in that room. So
All right. Very good. Well, guess what? We're at halftime. You did a great job. We're at halftime, and we'll do a quick break. But I do want to encourage our people that are watching, and there's quite a few watching. So, not like millions, but that's it might get close. I'm just telling you, so no pressure. But I
oh
just want to
gosh.
encourage everybody. Feel free to go ahead and make any comments, things that you appreciate about Kristen. Any questions? Feel free to do that. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, we really appreciate everything that they do for Sports Soccer Magazine, for One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra, and for all of the work that they do in finding jobs for people that are looking for jobs right here in mid-Missouri. Also, they are helping employers to be able to find those candidates to fill those jobs. So we appreciate Paula Benny and her entire team. Also, we want to give a shout out to Big Whiskeys, and they sponsor our Coach of the Issue. And each issue, we try to feature a mid-Missouri coach and why it's so important. I mean, obviously, Kristen will know how important it is with, her dad being a coach, but they put in a lot of time, and they mentor the student athlete. They spend time away from their families. I mean, there is a lot that goes into being a coach in high school sports, and we just want to say we appreciate all of our coaches here in mid-Missouri and just being able to pour into our student athletes. So again, thanks to Big Whiskeys for sponsoring that. All right, we've been talking to Kristen Robertson of Fatima High School, and we're going to continue on with the second half of this interview. And again, I encourage you to make any comments. Feel free to go ahead and do that. All right, here we go. You're still here. You didn't hang up on me. That was awesome. Thank you.
Still here.
Yeah. Well, since we were just talking about Coach of the Issue, why don't we talk a little bit about your coaches? What do you appreciate about them, and what have they meant to you?
Yes, so my coach, Mr. Baker, I have known him for a very long time, and I cannot tell you the amount of countless hours that him and my dad have spent in my living room going over game film, whether it be for our next game or my dad's next game. And I have just known him more as a friend before I did a coach. And so having him as a coach has been a great experience. Even the other day, after one of my games, my car decided not to start in our parking lot, and he was kind enough to pick me up and get me right home. So he's just been an amazing coach, and he works so hard for us girls. The amount of time he has to spend watching game film or practicing with us, and it's just been a really great experience, and he's amazing.
Okay.
And then my coach, Ashley Sneeders, she started the same year I was a freshman. So we kind of started together, and coming in, we were all kind of nervous because, we're like new coach. We don't really know what to expect, but she was absolutely amazing. Her biggest thing was like to work hard all season long for the end, and that's exactly what we did. She always cared about us mentally and physically and doing the best for us when she could. It was also really nice because she would always allow us to come into her classroom at school, like anytime we needed. If we needed to talk to her or something, she was always there. So they've both been really great coaches for me over the past 4 years.
Very good. Well, we're going to pop up a quick comment here, okay? It's from Caitlin Peters. Says, Kristen is an amazing athlete and sister-in-law, an all-around great girl. Zach, Caitlin, and Mila. So, there you go. Thank you, Caitlin. And, the nice thing is that Kristen gets to look at that anytime she wants. She can pull that up online and say, you remember when you said that about me? Yeah, very good. Why don't you go ahead and talk about them?
Oh, yeah. So Zach is my older brother, and Caitlin is his wife. And then Mila is my goddaughter. She's the cutest kid in the entire world, and I absolutely love her. And then Zach is my older brother, and he has always been there. He's definitely the goofy one in the family. Like, for Christmas or for our birthdays, one time he got me, like, an octopus hat. Like, he is just so wild. And then Caitlin has been a part of our family for not too long, but she has added so much in the little time she's been here. She is so amazing, and it's not to say I don't love Allie, but she's such an amazing sister to have added to the family, and I don't know what I would do without them.
Yeah. So we have to ask, when's the last time you wore the octopus hat?
Okay, I hate to be this person, but I don't know where it is, and I think I lost it.
Okay. All right, Zach. Forget what I just said. We didn't. We heard nothing.
Cut that out.
Cut. It's out. All right. Very good. You started at a young age with sports, and you tried out soccer, played basketball, softball. How did you determine that you really wanted to focus on the latter two?
Yeah, so I played all three sports up until this year, and this year I decided to mainly focus on softball and basketball just because of it being senior year and being so close to graduation. I really wanted to focus on my academics and making sure I kept my good grades, and hopefully trying to make some more money for college. And I truly love the sports I play, but I knew I was going to have to give something up if I wanted to keep my grades up, and so unfortunately, I had to quit soccer. But I did love playing it for 3 years. I had never played until my freshman year because my friend Hannah was like, "It's so amazing, you would love it." And I tried it out, and she was right. It was such an amazing experience, and it definitely taught me a lot about soccer because I knew
Hmm.
nothing before I started, and it made me appreciate the sport a lot more.
Probably very good with conditioning as well, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
for sure. My sophomore year of basketball after playing soccer, I definitely was more prepared because soccer conditioning is a lot different than any of the other sports, and it, you got to be ready for it. That's for sure.
Yeah. I just look at it as constant running, and
It's a lot.
obviously that's what you do. All right. So in softball, you played third base. Why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about that? What were the highlights of your career and some things that you appreciated about the team?
Yeah, so I do play third, but before that, I had played just about any position on the field you can think of. And it was really nice these past 2 years to just kind of settle in at one position. And I absolutely love playing third. And my team is so amazing. We were able to win two state championships, which was some of the best experiences of my life. Like, I truly can't describe the feeling of winning those games, like, especially doing it with like 10 of your best friends. It was just so much fun. And as a team, we accomplished things that I don't know if anybody else thought we could, and we did it. And it was truly just so amazing.
Yes, you guys, outstanding job. I also want to have you just talk a little bit about some of the individual awards that you received. What were some of those, and what did those mean to you?
I received all district and all region awards this year, which was it was really great just because just being recognized is always amazing. And not only was I recognized, but Mia and Kinsey and Lily and all of those other girls that I played with were recognized. And just to see so many of the girls that I played with on that list with me, it was just really special.
Well, good. And as a senior, um, what was that like? Obviously, a senior leader. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so being a leader this year has been a big job just because we did lose so many seniors last year. And so, like, we knew we were really going to have to step up. And I feel like that's what me and a few of the other girls on my team did. And we really just strived to, like, make it a really fun place to be. Because if you don't want to be at practice and you don't want to be at games, the attitude and the atmosphere just isn't how it should be. And so I think one of the reasons we did have such a fun season is because of me and the other leaders on our team. We really tried to make that dynamic of having fun and staying positive and keeping your head up.
Yeah. Well done. Good job. Uh, let's go ahead and move on into basketball, which you are currently in. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that? You're a shooting guard on the team. What are some of the highlights that you've had there and with the team?
Yeah, so we have last year and the year before that, we were able to win districts, and those have been so much fun. We hadn't done it in a while, and it was one of the best things to do, especially with one with my both with my sister. So it was great. And last year being a part of the holiday hoops tournament was so much fun. We to do like all these events, and it was a lot of the teams around here that we got to play with. And since it was over Christmas break, a lot of like our family members and stuff were able to go. So that was a really fun experience as well.
Yeah, it's always good when you've got people there to share that and share that with you. So what are your individual and team goals for this year? I mean, again, I know you're just right in the season, but what are those goals for you guys this year?
I would say as a team, one of our goals is to hopefully win districts again. I think we have a good shot, and if we keep putting in the work, I think that we can do it. And it would be really fun to do again. And then individually, I'm just really trying to be a leader for the girls on my team. We lost 3 starters last season, and so that was going to be a hard gap to fill. But I feel that me and the girls on my team are doing a pretty good job of just creating like a new atmosphere and a new team, and just we're constantly trying things new with our coach, and I certainly think that it's going great and that we've done a good job so far. So
Well, good. So you're shooting guard. So where's your favorite spot on the court to shoot?
to be honest, probably the very top of the key, probably.
Okay. Straight, straight on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And none of your competitors, they're not watching right now, so they don't know that. So we'll just tell them to disregard
Yeah.
that if they were. Why don't you talk about your teammates and what have you appreciated about the tight bond? I mean, you had mentioned you have gone through with a lot of these girls for a long time. Why don't you just talk about that tight bond?
Yes, so many of the girls on my team, we have played together since about 5th grade when in PALS in our schools combined it. So we have played together, and then we even played some travel ball together in the summers with a coach. And it has been really great just because we kind of know each other's dynamics and we know each other's tendencies, and or like if someone gets mad, we kind of know like what to do to either cheer them up or if we need to stay away. And it just has really made our team a really great place to be, especially because we're all friends. And we have, since we've been together for so long, it makes it a great place.
You mentioned travel ball, and that was one question I was going to put down, but I did not. But thank you for bringing it up. Uh, did you do that for both softball and basketball?
I did. I did it for softball for longer. I did it from up until last year. I did it, but then for basketball, I did stop eventually just because we do a lot in June, like for Fatima basketball. So I was feeling like I was getting enough through that.
Sure.
So so I did not play like I think it was for the last 3 years or so I haven't played. But if anyone asked to like pick up or something, I would. It wasn't that it like I didn't enjoy it. It was just like a time thing, kind of.
Yeah.
So I decided not to. Yeah.
Well, again, it's not like you're not busy.
Yeah, I do stay
gotta,
busy.
You've got to have a little bit of time off, maybe just a little.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for answering that. So you have decided to attend Missouri State University. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. And what are you planning on pursuing as far as your education there? And are you planning on trying to do any sports?
I am not doing any sports. I've decided to keep that career at Fatima with on the teams with the girls I love and the coaches that I love, and I just think it's a good time for me to like end that part of my life and kind of take the next step at Missouri State. And will be majoring in elementary education, and I'm really excited. I'm in multiple classes at Fatima that have to do with education and like helping the elementary kids, and I absolutely love it. It is so much fun, and I'm so excited for this next semester of it because we get to do more stuff with the kids. And at Missouri State, I'm also excited to just meet some new people and make some new friends. I've never been that far away from my parents for a long time, so I'm sure it'll be difficult, but I also am really excited, and I think it'll be a great experience.
Yeah. It's not that far away.
I know. Yeah.
As you know, my daughter who did the photography, my daughter and son-in-law, they live in Colorado, so they're 15 and a half hours away. I'm just saying it's not that far away.
Yeah.
You'll make it. You'll be all right.
I'll make it.
What will you miss about your experience at Fatima?
Overall, I will definitely miss the people the most and the atmosphere. Just having my friends so close to me and having everyone in my family within 5 minutes away if I need anything, and the amazing teachers that have literally become like family, and just I will definitely miss the people the most for sure.
Okay. Yep. You'll have memories. You'll remember that person that used to say that one thing that would either motivate you or make you laugh. You'll remember that. Um,
Yep.
I'm not even going to mention some of the people that I remember and some of the stuff they said about me. Okay, I will. I'll say one. Okay, they gave me the
Okay.
they gave me the nickname Woody Woodpecker, and the reason why is because I used to have reddish hair, and so
Oh my
you would not be able to tell that now. And I had gone back for a class reunion, and one of my friends that he's of Filipino descent, and I heard him all the way across the room go, Woody. I was like, okay.
Oh.
I thought we were past that, but okay, it's good. So you'll remember those things. You did an outstanding job. Great interview.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna have
Thank
a
you
little
for
bit
having
more.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have a little bit more fun because we're gonna get into the nitty gritty on some things. So this
Okay.
is like our speed round. And what is your favorite go-to snack or meal after you get done with a game or a practice?
Definitely grapes. My mom will tell you I can eat a bag of grapes in like 10 minutes. It's like actually a problem. So yeah, definitely grapes.
All right. So is green or red grapes?
Green. Green
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Very good. What is your favorite ice cream?
Ooh. Rocky Road probably.
Okay. Do you have a favorite
Rocky Road
place?
from Central Dairy.
Okay. There you go. All
Yeah.
right. If there's anywhere in the world that you could go, where would that be and why?
I really want to go to Greece someday. I think it is so beautiful, and I've known a few people on Instagram who have gone, and after seeing their pictures, I'm like, I'm definitely going there one day.
Yeah.
So someday,
Uh,
let's hope so.
Yeah. There's a young man that we used to have in our youth group years ago, and he went on to be a missionary, and he was in Greece for a period of time, and he talks about Greece is known as like one of a melting pot. Kind of like what the United States is, but it's that region. It's like a melting pot of people there. So um, he said scenery is beautiful. So I hope you get to go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Maybe parents will plan that for a senior trip. No, I'm sorry again. I'm throwing stuff out there I probably shouldn't.
Hopefully they're listening and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, mom, write it down.
Okay, there you go. All right, now this mom might chime in for this, but what is that one chore that you cannot stand to do around the house and why?
I'm going to say folding laundry. I will switch the laundry and I'll do it, but the folding part, it just takes too long. I can't. I can't sit down and just do it for that long. Nope. I
Okay.
just hate it.
So probably a part-time job at like the Buckle or places like that where they have to fold clothes, put it back. You probably wouldn't be for you, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, Kristen, outstanding job. I do want to give you an opportunity to any final comments, any shout outs, anything like that you want to do. Go ahead and do that now.
I honestly just want to thank Sports Locker for having me on this interview and having me in the magazine because it was so much fun and it was a really great experience.
Well, thank you. We are honored to have you as a part of the magazine and to be on the program tonight. And I do want to point out real quick that the athletic directors are the ones that select the student athletes. So they pick you guys along with the recommendations of coaches as representatives of the school. So that says a lot about you and what your faculty and coaches think about you. So very well done.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right. If you will hold on, I'm going to go ahead and close out the program real quick, and I'll just visit with you right afterwards. But thank you again so much for being on here tonight.
Yes, of course.
All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. We had Kristen Robertson of Fatima High School on the program, and make sure that you share this with your friends because she did an outstanding job, and we want to make sure that she's able to be recognized for her abilities and her hard work and her focus. And so that's one thing that we want to make sure that she gets all the, I guess you would say, all the recognition that she can. Outstanding young lady. But thank you guys for joining us tonight on a cold winter night right here in mid-Missouri. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars of Sports Soccer Magazine, And thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.